South Africa. It's Wednesday. We're live in the kitchen. The phone lines are open, which means it must be the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Now, this morning is very special. I'm joined by the biggest man in the South African food scene, making the biggest waves. Very excited to have him here. He's got way more energy than me, so you might want to, I want to say turn your TV down a little bit, but don't. You need this right now. Chef Ollie is in the kitchen. Chef Ollie, can we give the man a hand? Woo! This is such an honor to have you in the kitchen today. It took, I don't know why it took so long to get you here. But
I'm stoked to be here, bro.
I am excited. And South Africa, we want you to get involved. Chef Ollie's promised 3 amazing dishes. But if you have any questions for Chef Ollie or myself, please send that WhatsApp voice note to 063-408-8863.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
Tell me, what are we making? Because things are looking amazing, smelling amazing.
How's this?
The cheese bank is missing something. That is beautiful. What are we making this morning?
Okay. So what I'm making is a pasta that was inspired. It's inspired by a dish I had when I was younger. I went to a restaurant. Let's start. Let's cook while we talk, okay? You told me that.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Let's swap sides.
Okay. So basically, what happened was I went to a restaurant when I was young called Luna Blue. Quite a random restaurant, but it's closed now. And there was an H-man pasta. They used to do, like, I didn't know what was in there. I just used to love it. And when I was working in Lakalom after Silwood, I had this dip that was like, it had roasted red pepper and cream. And I was like, what is that? What is that flavor? And I was like, that's the H-man. And I was like, I'm going to recreate it. And basically it was chicken, which I don't actually really like chicken breast and pastas, but I basically recreated it into the chicken sausage. We're using the Willie's chicken sausage.
And that's great, because there's a bit of extra fat and flavor in there.
Exactly.
Hence, I know you don't like chicken breast and pasta. It goes, the textures are just weird with pasta. I get
chicken breast in general is rogue. Sorry. So basically what you want to do is it all happens very quickly. So you fry your chicken sausage in the pan.
No oil.
No, you can put oil. Put this garlic fat.
There we go.
Help me, boy.
There we go. Put oil in the pan.
There.
I thought it was a new technique of like drying, frying mince. Not. Okay, there we go.
Okay, you handle that.
That.
Now I'm going to put the pasta in.
So that the secret of that sauce, the flavor that you recognized, what was it?
It was the red pepper and the cream.
The red peppers and cream.
Yeah, so basically it's I've taken roasted tomatoes, red peppers, garlic, rosemary, and then you roast it in the oven. And then basically you're going to handle this now.
Sure.
I don't know how this blender works.
Let me do that for you. So I like
pasta goes in.
I like the fact that you have done this, because this intensifies flavors so much.
Yes.
Especially when you're buying tomatoes when it's not tomato season.
Yeah.
And you're wondering why it tastes like water.
Yes.
A great way to amplify the tomato flavor at home. Just roast it and it concentrates the flavor, and obviously the excess moisture comes out of it. Ollie, how you doing?
I'm styling it.
You know what? Here's the thing I want to tell South Africa at home. If this happens to your pan, do not stress. What's catching at the bottom of the pan and turning a little brown.
That's flavor. That's going to come off.
Let me show you. That little brown, that's all flavor. And when you start adding extra bits to it, it's going to lift that. It's called fond. So it's essentially, it's like that deep chicken flavor that's caught at the bottom of the pan.
That's flavor time. Flavor time. Right.
There we go. Okay, Ollie, can I just keep on going here?
You work it, bro.
So because we're using chicken mince, and we've already roasted the peppers, which is great. You can actually do that ahead of time, right?
Yeah, you can literally do this ahead of time. Pop them in, yeah?
This is a pretty rapid dish to put together then.
Dude, it's quick.
By the time your pasta's done, your sauce should be there.
So that stuff inside, a little bit of cream in there. What a jewel. Some fresh basil, stems and all. Okay, now you have to operate this thing for me.
Got you.
What's going on here?
There we go. We can...
Here we go.
Swap sides. There we
Swap
go.
sides.
Okay.
Okay.
And you want it smooth, right?
Yeah. Give you a little pasta whirl, yeah?
So you've worked in quite a few high-end restaurants. You mentioned like Lakalom.
I mean, I went to Silwood chef school, and then part of the training you go and work at the restaurants.
Yeah.
It was insane, but I realized after my year of working at all the restaurants, I was like, I definitely don't want to be in the restaurants.
So
it's a crazy scene.
How has your training at Silwood and working in these fine dining restaurants, how has that affected the way you cook today? And how would you define your style of cooking?
I would say, flattery. Making mess? No. I would say that my style of cooking is very much like real food for real people. I like cooking like common dishes that people know, but amplifying them in a different way. So this is, I mean, a dish that a very chilled restaurant used to make, but I've just changed it up by adding chicken sausage, adding a little bit more flavor. Do you want to taste this? I need some salt.
Yes.
I need salt.
Definitely needs a bit of salt, but the pepper and the roasted tomato, the tomato flavor is so intense. Just because
I like putting a little bit of red wine vinegar, just a little dash.
Yeah, acidity.
Yeah.
Acidity for sure.
I'm
So
getting some salt, yeah?
I mean, I do like the fact that, again, we spoke about how rapid this dish is to put together, especially considering when load shedding is such a huge factor. You're still able to put dinner on the table, but with quality ingredients. And that's what I love the most. Okay, talk to me about these lemons.
Those are lemons from my garden.
These are lemons, not
orange lemon.
They're orange lemons, which is it's a sign in life.
Yeah.
Just because you are one thing doesn't mean you can't be another. Change. Look at this orange lemon living bravely. This is amazing. This is from your tree.
Exactly.
And then you've got, like I said, that the flavors are quite flavors are quite subtle. Is this just kind of a finishing element, a bit of the zest?
Yeah, a little bit of lemon zest at the end, some fresh lemon.
Okay.
I just need some pasta water here. I'm gonna get a cup here.
Let me get you. I got you an odd spoon. You can just do a little
Spooning action.
And why do you add the pasta water to the
Now all that fun that we're talking about coming off now.
And I just...
Look at that.
And again, also, maybe that little starchy water also helps it stick to the pasta.
That's flavor, bro. That's flavor out there.
And what pasta are we using? It's the pappardelle?
There we go, pappardelle.
Pappardelle.
Which you can, so the pappardelle, I mean, I'm sure someone will ask, but you can't really get, you can't get pappardelle everywhere. But, I mean, I like the thicker pappardelle. I like taking lasagna sheets and then cutting them even thicker than this.
Oh, yeah, I mean, more surface area for sauce. Remember back in the day, don't do it, but remember back in the day when they used to say, like, if you throw pasta on the wall or ceiling and it sticks?
No.
And they say if it sticks, it's cooked. And that's so false. Kids be, like, in their mom's kitchen just throwing pasta everywhere, like, hoping it sticks. But no, that's not a good way to test your pasta. The only way to test your pasta is to actually take a piece and bite into it.
Yes.
So when people say al dente, can you explain what the actual mouthfeel is that you're looking for?
You're wanting a bite in the pasta. So, like, this is actually, if your pasta packet says, like, 8 minutes, then I always suggest, like, take it to, like, 7 minutes, and then do the last minute in the pan. These are the worst tongs I've ever seen in my life.
You know what? We'll address that situation. And don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with more Culinary Hotline Bling.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to the second part of the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting!
Now, we made a stunning pappardelle pasta in the first part. The second part is gonna, it's smelling absolutely amazing right now. What are we making, Ollie?
We are making Prego steak rolls with fried egg.
With the fried...
With homemade Portuguese rolls.
Oh my, yeah, these are still warm. Well done. Okay, let's swap sides. You go straight to the pan.
Okay. So what we're going to start with is basically we're going to make our marinade for our meat. I'll normally leave it for like 3-4 hours, no longer. So what you got here is you got peri-peri, you've got smoked paprika, red wine vinegar.
Because that's the thing about peri-peri sauces, and people forget that. Peri-peri sauce has acidity.
Acidity, yeah.
Yeah.
White wine.
Nice.
Bay leaves.
And then this...
A little bit of salt.
Over your steak, or over... I mean, you could put this over your toughest cut of meat, period.
Exactly.
And it would break it down and make it super juicy and tender.
Exactly, it'll help with it, yeah.
I once went to a Greek like festival.
Yeah.
And they would do, you know how they do the spit lamb?
Yes.
And then there's the guy that marinates it and stands there all day.
Yeah.
And literally, I was at the end of the whole event, I was like, so how long do you actually just marinate it? And he's like, no, we'll do it for the full 6 to 8 hours. But how they do it is they put the mixture in their mouth. No, not everyone.
What?
And I don't know if he was joking. And then he kind of like, on the lamb.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I also think maybe it was just him being funny, but I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Hey. Stranger things have happened. But I like the fact that you've got that peri-peri on there, and people, what I like telling people is besides the fact that it adds flavor, it tenderizes so much. So get your steak in there, lamb chops, whatever you want, get in the peri-peri. Butter and oil.
Yeah, butter and oil.
And then what cut of steak did you use?
This is ribeye, and you kind of pound it out a little bit as well, just to thin it out. We've got some little pieces here.
And again, ribye's got that intramuscular fat, so it's super juicy,
Yeah.
super tender. If you're going to be using, let's just say you're using topside, which is a tougher cut of beef, you're not going to go like a hard sear like Ollie's doing. You go low and slow, like a braise, to kind of break it down. But this is really good, and it smells
Smells good, eh?
amazing. Tell me about the Portuguese rolls.
I just want to say that I had a wardrobe change because
Oh, yes, sorry, yes.
there's lights here. Like, it's full on hot in here.
It is very, very hot. It is, but
This
yes,
is my,
so...
my sweat lappy.
Okay, no, gooi that away. So
okay.
there we go. Okay, Portuguese rolls. The thing about a Portuguese roll, is it purely just the flour on the top that makes it a Portuguese roll, or is there something different that goes into the dough?
It's actually like it's basically, I would say it's just the flour and the cut.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like in terms, I'm not a baker, like to be honest, but it's like, it seems like normal bread to me.
There's always like a
Like a
subtle
little milk.
sweetness.
I think there must be a bit of milk in.
Because it's got like that almost dense-ish texture.
Nicole actually made these.
Nicole, thank you so much.
Thank you,
These are
Nicole.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, these are delicious. It's still warm, like I said. Ollie, what is your Instagram handle? Because I swear, every time I watch Ollie's Instagram, my mouth is like, my jaws drop.
At Chef Ollie.
At Chef Ollie, you did
Follow.
You did a beautiful ribeye steak. We're doing ribeye today on the bone.
Yes.
Right? It was amazing. How much did it weigh?
What the ribeye?
The actual ribeye.
Oh, it was like 2. It was huge.
A 2-kilogram ribeye. So
Yeah.
we're coming up to the festive season where people are going to be entertaining and cooking a lot, and steak's always on the menu for the festive season. Woo! 3 or as many tips as you have. If people are going to be buying a thick cut of steak, what would you say is the most important things that they need to keep in mind when cooking a big chunk of meat over the coals?
Well, when cooking big steaks, I always say that, like, so I watched this guy, who's that famous butcher in Tuscany? Anyway, he does with like T-bones, he does a 5-minute or 6-minute, and then 12 minutes on the bone. So if there's a bone, you want to kind of heat that bone up, which heats the inside. Or if you're doing it like at home, I always suggest maybe just finishing it in the oven.
In the oven.
It's like a even heat. Okay, this is done, dude.
I like that idea. I think people are sometimes scared of like, they feel they don't need to put meat in the oven after it comes off a grill or a braai, but it does work. But we actually have a voice note for you, Ollie. Let's see if
That is hot.
have a listen.
Yes, what's the voice note?
Chef Clem and Chef Ollie, I am such a huge fan, but I do have a question for you. Yes. I see that you're making Prego rolls. What if I am a huge fan of the Prego flavor, but I'm not a fan of red meat? What can I substitute it with?
Did you get that?
Yes, I got that. I would substitute it with, obviously, chicken. That's a good option. I love a chicken Prego cheese. And then, yeah, I love a chicken Prego cheese. And then mushroom. A mushroom.
I was going to say, mushrooms, because I feel like mushrooms would suck up a lot of that flavor instantly and give you that mouthfeel, that kind of texture.
Yes.
And on a braai, extra smoky. I dig it, I dig it. Okay, steak's done.
Let's do this.
Can I... Oh, you got it open already? Who did... I didn't even see that happen.
So now we're going to do a fried egg in this pan.
Okay.
I mean, you meant to use that pan, but that pan looks like it's garnished.
You know, what I've actually seen lately, which is really cool, is the people cooking eggs in like a chili oil.
Yeah.
And that's great because, you always add oil to a pan when you're cooking the egg anyway, so why not add a bit of chili oil, get rid of that garlic and chili flavor.
Yes.
You basically got a Prego oil happening right there.
Exactly.
So it's going to cook inside that oil.
And you can just take a little bit of the marinade and also throw it in with the egg, yeah? So it just gets a little bit of that flavor.
A little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Vibes.
Nice. Okay. There we go. That's looking so good. I'm waiting for the egg to come. If you had to make this for, say you had to be doing this for like 20
You're going
people.
a double up. I love that.
Yeah, a double up. If you're doing it for 20 people, besides the rolls that you've made in advance, what other steps could you take to save yourself if you're doing like an assembly line for 20 people?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely put your rolls out, butter them, and then you put them under the grill.
Oh, yes?
Take them out, finish all your steak. While it's resting, fry a whole lot of eggs, and then just go take it out, do, smack it up.
Got you. And given the current situation with eggs, if we aren't able to get eggs, would the recipe still work?
It'll still be insane.
We'll still work without
I mean, are you joking?
I mean,
Let's eat that
it's
now.
a Prego steak roll.
Let's eat it now.
It's a Prego steak roll. There we go.
Here's the egg coming out, dude.
Oh, here we go. Another thing that I really like is the ratio of steak to roll. If your roll doesn't have a meat skirt, you need to try a little harder. I love the fact that that meat actually just comes out over the bun itself. Oh, yes.
You're going to go for it?
Yeah, I am.
I can give you the egg. It's ready.
Oh, is it ready?
Here
we go.
How long is the segment? How long?
You got 30 seconds. The 30 seconds. We can talk. You can bring the egg through. Bring the egg through.
Okay, here
Now
it is.
it's gonna be.
Chart.
Yo, not
No, wait, let's just do a little flip.
a little flip. Yes.
Just to get it going. There we go, Chana.
Okay, but now it's gonna be so incredibly hot. It's gonna be. So,
Hit it.
I'm gonna call Graham. Graham or Carl or someone gonna come to the kitchen. I'm gonna take a bite. I'm gonna
Are you
take a
getting
bite.
that?
I need someone to talk. I need someone to talk. Carl Wasty. This is Ollie.
Right, I'll talk.
Ollie.
I know,
Carl
Ollie's amazing.
Okay,
I
so
love Ollie.
You guys chat while I take a bite.
Right, yes. So, Ollie, what do you think Chef Clem is experiencing right now as he takes a bite of the Prego
Oh,
roll?
naughty.
Just, what do you think is there?
He's
Sorry.
probably freaking.
More pepper. Oh. Right, let's go.
He's banging.
That's it. Just do it all over him. That's the idea. So, thoughts and feelings. No, I can translate nom. I actually speak fluent in nom.
Nom.
So just give me that what you said now. Nom. Yes. Chef Ollie is a genius. I know that sort of thing. But you love the fact that the salt actually accentuated the flavors quite beautifully.
Yeah, and your pepper.
And the pepper also added some unctuousness as well. You believe people should try this at home, whether it be eggs in the world or not. This will still work as a recipe. Tell me, what else do you have there?
That's it. It's amazing.
One more thing, just to give me another nom. Recipe at expressoshow.com.
That's right.
That's it, right?
Yes,
Look
it
at
is.
that.
Nom, nom, nom.
There
There we go. And you can't leave the kitchen because it's a Prego steak sandwich. You know the rules. You got to say goodbye to the people in your Portuguese accent.
Yes, okay.
Do
So
it.
if you want to make this, you go home and you make this very easily, okay? This is how it works. You do this, you eat that, lovely, it's okay. Beautiful stuff.
And we'll be back with more Culinary Hotline Bling!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ching, ching, ching! So we're switching things up a little bit. We had a beautiful pasta, which had chicken mince in there.
Yes.
We had those delicious Prego steak buns, no. And now we're going veggie, right?
Now we're going veggie.
But in a way that's really cool because this is a vegetable that's gonna get like a bit of attitude added to it.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Let's swap side.
Okay.
So true story, and I'm gonna tell it because I can't eat cucumber. I can't, right?
Don't worry.
But it's funny because I cook with it quite a lot. It's not for myself, then it's for other people.
Yes.
And I always get excited when I see new ways of preparing cucumber. One of the ways that blew my mind was an Asian dish where they wok fried cucumber.
Oh.
Yeah, and I tasted a small piece, and it kind of it works.
you can eat it?
And it kind of works. So what you're doing now is, again, not just the normal sliced rounds.
Yes.
You're doing something completely different. And what are you doing? You are smashing it, aren't you?
I'm smashing it.
You're smashing it. Please take it away, because I love seeing this demonstration.
So basically what you want to do is you just want to, I mean, I don't want to break everything in, but basically you want to smash the cucumber up like this until it starts cracking.
And it's not
then-
even...
I mean, you can go longer but
Yeah.
for the demo.
And
And then
I'm
basically you want to take these little pieces and pop them in there. And then salt it, sugar, and then you basically cure it, get the moisture out, rinse it off, and then now we're going to make the dressing.
Tell me about the rinsing it off part. So we salt it,
So we salt it,
which draws out
the moisture.
the excess water that doesn't really have flavor.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Which will be better for you.
And then people always say, why, when you put salt in it and you draw out the water, but then you rinse it, aren't you adding water back? You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. And you should rinse it salt off because it's
Yes.
salty. It's
Yeah,
going
salty,
to destroy the dish.
And plus I'm going to put soy sauce in my dressing
Right.
now.
It's all about the layers in flavor,
Yeah.
layering in flavor. So talking about that sauce and layers, let's talk about what's happening. So we said soy sauce.
So you've
goes
got
in.
acid, rice vinegar. Mm-hmm. You've got sugar, sweetness, obviously. You've got a little bit of soy, which we can do taste test at the end. You've got garlic and ginger in there, and that there. A little bit of sesame oil, okay, and then some white pepper. And that is banging.
Right, because I'm guessing you can make like a 2-liter batch of this.
Exactly.
And it would keep, right? I mean, because it's saltiness from the soy and it's oil would naturally preserve.
Yes.
So I think it's amazing. Yeah, don't make the small batch and go and check out the recipe on expressoshow.com.
Tasty.
When you do make it, don't make the small batch. Make a big batch because the sauce is...
Good. It's power. Good peps.
Wow.
It's good, eh?
Especially because cucumber, from what people tell me, has a very neutral flavor,
Yes.
right? So when you add something as bold and vibrant as that, it just kind of sucks up that flavor.
Yeah.
So if you are a cucumber lover, This is one you should try. I feel like that sauce just takes it to a whole nother level.
And now you're gonna marinate it in that sauce.
And you've got some radishes in there. Again, crunch on crunch on crunch.
Crunch on crunch on crunch.
Which is great because it's summer, and I feel like we've had
is
the
fresh.
longest winter. It feels like it's been the longest winter ever. I mean, I love winter because, I mean, cooking all those stews, soups, and
Yeah.
curries. But I feel like
Next
my
to fire,
palate...
red wine.
You know?
What
you
a
know?
vibe.
I feel like my palate is ready for summer. It's actually
Nice.
screaming for summer, and that's in a delicious way. So, how long can you actually make this ahead of time?
So, I mean, you could probably marinate this even overnight. It would be even better the next day.
And it's not going to fall apart. The
not gonna-
cucumber's not
yeah.
going to, like,
No,
come
no,
undone.
No.
This is, honestly, I think that keeping vegetables chunky in a salad and not having uniform slices makes the difference.
Exactly.
And that's what you've done here. I'm going to swap sides again with you.
Top sides. So now we're gonna make a tahini sauce, which is basically tahini. This used to be a currency in some cultures back in the day.
And it makes sense because, I mean, also it's a labor of love to make. So, I mean, grinding all those sesame seeds
Yeah.
to get, like, that tahini.
To get the tahini.
Yeah.
So tahini's, yeah, it's a sesame paste. You've got lime juice. You've got some honey for sweetness. Ooh, no.
When you do work with tahini, you'll notice there's, like, a subtle underlying bitterness. So
Yes.
the fact that you're adding that honey to it kind of just, like,
And the
balances
acid.
that out.
Yeah.
And it's funny because even though it's bitter, you've added a little bit of acidity with lime juice, that lemon juice.
Yeah.
The
So
acidity,
it's bitter and acid is different.
it's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
It kind of rounds that bitterness.
exactly.
So it's not just harsh. That is
And then I
delicious.
always put a little bit of. I'm gonna put some of this. This is the water.
And then the water also just to dilute it.
just to open it up as well. You'll see now. Okay, and then I wish I could get some more out of here, but that's fine.
It's coming.
Small
It's happening.
jar.
It's happening.
fine,
It's
fine.
happening.
I'm happy.
There we go.
Okay, let's taste this thing.
I am tasting, but I'm gonna go for radish. I'm a big radish fan. So I think it'll be delicious. If we're tasting, where's my tasting spoon? And we get another spoon.
Just needs a little bit of seasoning.
So that's the thing about chefs and home cooks. The tasting is very important because we taste everything as we go along. And I feel like moms do that too. That's how moms get it right. They always make like the best food because they're constantly tasting all the different layers of flavor.
More acid,
Oh,
but good.
the honey and the tahini together.
Yeah.
There's like this intense nuttiness that you get from the tahini, but then the honey,
Power.
it somehow makes the tahini taste nuttier.
Yeah.
And that sweetness, it's not sweet, it's just like again, it's the balance that you get
Exactly.
in that sauce. That is absolutely delicious. Okay, so,
Now we're plating. So basically, you just want to pour your beautiful sauce on your plate, like that. And then you've got your marinated cucumbers. Looks like a vibe.
it is.
Sorry, I'm making a big mess, yeah.
Also, like, we spoke about it recently on the show. Like, it's 2023. The tossed
Yeah.
salad is done. If you're having a braai and you're just doing a beautiful piece of meat, or even if you're not braaiing meat, this is a type of salad you should serve with it. It just looks,
Looks pretty.
it looks like it's an absolute vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got all the toppings.
Talk to me about the toppings.
Toppings.
Because that's also what takes salads, in a sense, into the future.
Yes.
It's the layering and the crunch and the texture, the toppings that go on there.
So we've got some chili crisp oil. This, I think you can get it at Woolies
Yes, you can.
or the Asian stores. And then just put that into the, you want that all over as well. But the main thing is that it's in the outside, in the dressing. And you see that? Look how beautiful it looks.
Yeah, and also I'm still feeling the burn of
Yeah.
the marinade that you put in there.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
Some
That's
fresh
great.
mint. I mean, it's so easy to do, but it's going to pack a punch.
It is.
This dish.
And it smells like summer. It smells amazing.
And it's a combination of like Cantonese and like Middle Eastern. So
With that tahini that's
you've
in there
got
as
the
well.
mint, yeah, the Middle Eastern comes from the tahini. You've got beautiful toasted sesame seeds.
The crunch
What
of
a
the sesame seeds,
vibe.
that's the one. I'm going in. I don't have chopsticks. But while I'm busy taking a little taste, we've got a voice note. Let's listen to the voice note.
Yeah.
Hello, Expresso. It's Mpumi from Pumalanga. I want to introduce more vegetable-based dishes into my diet. What are the staples I should have on my grocery list? Thank you.
Got you. I like this question because what our viewers say now is she's trying to incorporate more vegetables into
Yeah.
her diet. And I think in South Africa, we are so lucky because
Yes.
our produce is phenomenal.
Yes.
And what I find is the best thing when you start blending colors, try try adding as much color as you can when it comes to vegetables. And what you'll find is, automatically by doing that, by like playing around with the colors of vegetables, it'll be like this change in texture with the ingredients
And
that you're
cooking
using.
seasonally.
Exactly.
That's massive. Like go to a farmer's market, see what's available and buy all that stuff. And then what I normally do is I'll go to like Oranjezicht with Annelies, who's my business partner. Annelies Catering. Check it out. And then, basically we would go on a Sunday to Oranjezicht and go get a few vegetables or any market, any farmer's market, and go grab whatever's available. And in season, because that's the best way.
The best way. Eat what's in season. And I mean...
like this is summer, that screams summer.
That screams summer. Go and get this recipe, expressoshow.com. Ollie, you've been amazing. We'll be back next week with more
Love you.
Culinary Hotline Bling!
Ting, ting, ting!